My husband missed the birth of our first child, so I left him. Throwaway account. My husband and I, both 26, moved states away for his work last year. It was fine at first because I wanted to support him, but immediately, the thought grew inside of me that I had no one there except for him. His baby mama, 38, and his kid 9, let's call her E, moved along with us. For context, he was 17 when E was born and baby mama was his teacher. I knew him in high school and helped him with E when he had to take care of her on his own. That's what made us fall in love, and eventually we got married. Up until 4 months ago, our relationship was perfect. We were 8 months pregnant with our baby boy and we were beyond happy. Then one night, we were chilling on the couch when he got a phone call from his baby mama. She was shouting into the phone, so he stepped into a different room as to not disturb me. When he ended the call, I was met with a completely different side of him. You see, sometimes when my husband has to work and it's his turn to look after E, he leaves her with me. E and I bake together, do homework, watch movies, and have conversations about school. It never went beyond that. But somehow, E told him that I'd been hitting her when he wasn't here. And he believed her. I understand why he instantly took her side because she's his baby, and honestly, I would too. But I kept telling him that I never laid a hand on E for the life of me, but he wasn't believing me. Instead, he grabbed his car keys and vanished out of the door right after telling me that he wanted nothing to do with me or my baby. I was devastated. I called him countless of times and I didn't stop until he blocked me. I was left alone in a house and a state that I had no business being a part of, and I was so scared. Less than a month later, he never came back. I went into labor. I didn't want him to miss the birth of our first child, so I went as far as calling him from a stranger's phone, but as soon as he realized it was me, he hung up. Nonetheless, I gave birth to my beautiful boy, and when I came home from the hospital, my husband was there and he looked completely worse for wear. Apparently, he was informed by the hospital staff that the room we booked was paid for by my father, and he connected the dots. And when he refused to go check up on me, his daughter told him that she wanted to go see her new brother and eventually confessed that she was lying just to get her mommy and daddy back together, not that they ever were. He apologized profusely and pleaded to see our son, but I couldn't handle it. I told him to leave the house and that I didn't want to see his face again. Now, I moved back home and I served my husband with divorce papers. He never signed them. He desperately wants me to take him back, but I don't know if I want to. He broke my trust that day and established where his priorities lie between my son and E. Now that I know where he stands, I don't ever want my son to be mistreated by his own father.